early season losses that they admit they probably shouldn't have suffered through, but they just went flat since then. They have been on a big-time roll. Let's take a look and see how they line up. Robert Johnson, the JC freshman, Chris Christopherson, 2 times the most improved player. And then, of course, Freddie Jones and Luke Ridenour in the backcourt. Luke Jackson, the other wing player. This is a very solid Oregon team, coached by a very solid coach.
Yeah, he really is. Ernie Kent's done a tremendous job bouncing back. Had a bit of an off year last year. It's a club that went 5-13 in the conference. He loves the chemistry of his team, and this club has really responded. Very tough to beat the Ducks at home. Stanford has been able to achieve it in the past, but I think this afternoon it's going to be a tough match.
Here's the matchup that we want to be looking at today, and I think it's really an important one.
Well, it really is. You look at Borchert and Christopherson, the 2 big guys in the middle. How about Borchert? 17 points, 18 rebounds in the win against Oregon State. And Christopherson, he's just hit very much improved. I think both those guys are going to go at it hard this afternoon.
One of the things that Stanford has been able to do here in Eugene is they've been able to get on runs where they can score 9 or 10 points right now in a big hurry. So they'll play kind of even for a while, and then they'll have this little spurt. And that's been the reason the Cardinal has been able to win here in Eugene, where other teams have not been able to. That's something Oregon is painfully aware of.
Yeah, they sure are. And you look at the history of these 2 clubs, and Ernie Kent is definitely aware of the fact that he's never beaten Stanford. So Stanford leads the series big, and you look at the last Oregon win back in 96 at McCourt at 64-62. So the Ducks conquered the Arizonas, beat them twice, now looking to do some damage against Stanford.
Well, this is a game that they feel would propel them into the national picture, I think. They've been ranked right outside the top 25. I mean, they're literally 26, 27, and coming off the win they had the other night against California, which incidentally the Bears are very stubborn in here. A win here today, I would have to think, would get Oregon ranked.
Not only Oregon, but how about the University of Southern California? Two teams in the Pac-10 conference that I'm sure will crack that top 25 soon.
Oregon controls the opening tip. It'll also be imperative upon Stanford to get this crowd out of the game. If the Ducks can get the crowd here at McCourt into the game early, it'll be a real factor. This is Johnson, the JC transfer from Santa Rosa Junior College. Good rebound there. Luke Jackson. Give it up nicely to the basket for Christopherson.
Well, that's one way to get easy scores. Luke Jackson, and that's what he can do. He's a tremendous passer in traffic.
Look down low to Borchert, and Stanford just gives it right back to him coming the other way. And that's that matchup we talked about. It's going to be very interesting. Freddie Jones coming in.
Yeah, the thing you have to be alert if you're the Cardinal, every time Stanford scores, Oregon will get it down the floor quicker than any team in the conference. You have to establish your defense immediately after a score. Well, as soon as you look how quickly they inbound the ball, and Oregon jets it down to Freddie Jones, and you give him the baseline, and he will make you pay. And that was a score. That took about 3 seconds after the Stanford score.
Yeah, it's interesting. We were watching the game United A between number 1 Kansas, and probably won't be number 1 anymore, and UCLA. But Kansas plays that same way. They're more dangerous probably off of made baskets than they are off of missed baskets.
Well, I think teams relax after they score. They tend to fall back. We made a pretty good play. We scored. You can't do that against Kansas. You can't do it against Oregon.
They got a foul away from the ball. So that shot would not have counted even had it have gone down. They got the foul on Davis.
I think this afternoon, I would suspect Stanford very content to try to keep this a half-court game. Keep the Ducks out of transition. Force them to play in the half court. You don't want to go into a running match with Oregon.
Luke Jackson takes it to the basket, now gives it out for Johnson, a little pump fake, and a right-hander missed it. Julius Barnes had a very quiet night at Oregon State the other night. That's Borchert down low, jump hook. I thought Christopherson did just enough there.
Look at Christopherson run the floor.
Johnson comes the other way. Christopherson picks up the garbage.
How do you like Christopherson there? Not only did he pressure at the defensive end, but he sprinted all the way at the offensive end and able to capitalize and get the score.
Now he's leading cheers.
Yeah, doing a good job.
First player ever from Denmark to play here in Oregon. And I'll tell you, when we first saw him, clearly a project. Casey Jacobson, long range, knocks it in.
It's a nice play to go to when everything breaks down. Give it to Jacobson, let him shoot a 3.
It helps if your man falls down.
Yes, it does.
Which is what happened.
And Ernie Kent wanted a 5-second count on Jacobson, didn't get it.
Just to finish that thought on Christopherson, I mean, he was a guy who literally learned the game on the job, if you will. Every year has gotten better. 2 times named the most improved player on this Oregon team. Barnes all the way. And then there's the shot. I think he expected it to be contested. Ridnour coming the other way. Behind the back to Johnson. What a beauty.
I thought it was a great catch by Johnson, not the travel, but how about the pass?
Jones way downtown. Now here's a real streak shooter. If Freddie Jones comes alive early, that could be real trouble for the Cardinals.
Well, you talk about three-point shooting teams in the country. Oregon right near the top. I mean, they're almost at 43% from three-point range.
Jacobson posts up Ridnour and knocks it in. Over him.
Well, Barry had a feeling that this was going to be a big breakout game for Casey Jacobson.
This is Jackson. Oregon will alternate Ridnour, Jones, and Jackson on Jacobson. Jacobson again ahead of everybody.
Why not?
Missed a little short. Johnson with a rebound. That time Stanford doing a little bit of what Oregon does. Ridnour again. Ridnour, in my opinion, even though he was the freshman of the year, the most improved player that I've seen for frontline players. Jackson, count the basket.
Now, Casey Jacobson thought he had position, but Luke Jackson, you talk about a guy that's very clever with the ball. You saw him pass it the first time down, but look at him jump into Jacobson. That definitely could have gone the other way. Casey a little bit perplexed, but Jackson does a good job to get in there, force the official to make the call.
I think Casey might have had a pretty good argument.
Yes, he
Not
did.
so much with the body, but he had an elbow.
Yeah, I think he had a very good argument on that call.
Luke Jackson quietly gets the free throw to make it a 3-point play, and Oregon leads it by 5. 15:58 remaining, first half.
Goodness, Beelzebub, you look like heck.
Ah, stick a pitchfork in it, Junior. It's hot as Hades in here, and I'm burnt out.
Then drink a Red Bull energy drink. It revitalizes body and mind.
Red Bull, huh? Ah, tastes great. But, what's that?
There is one side effect, though.
Oh, wings. I can't grow wings. The master of evil cannot grow wings.
Red Bull gives you wings! Ah!
The National Sports Report on Fox Sports Net.
Jamal Anderson admits that right now he's down, but there's no way anyone should count him out.
The nightly show that brings you up-to-the-minute scores, highlights, and thought-provoking opinions.
We would be better off with a circus clown running the series.
Sports news the way you want it.
Barry Bonds' pursuit of the game's most glamorous record heats up.
The National Sports Report, tonight at 10:30 on Fox Sports Net.
Kepner is looking good. She was in a bad wreck last week, was taken to the care center, came out bruised but unbent, and is competitive today.
Everyone thought Kepner was going to the left, but she's going to the right.
What a blistering pace. What maneuvering.
She has to be careful. This kind of stunt can send her and her crew home early.
This was a fast track when the race started.
Oh, yeah, but the temperature's heating up, and I tell you, that can mean trouble for Kepner. She's all over the top of him.
Whoa, there's contact.
She's definitely no rookie.
You're watching Fox Sports Net.
Well, the hometown Ducks playing very well so far. They lead Stanford by 5, 15:58 left. Tomorrow on ACC Sunday Night Hoops, Jason Williams and the number 2 ranked Duke Blue Devils will get it on with Anthony Grundy and the North Carolina State Wolfpack coming off a pretty good win. Coverage beginning here at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, right here on Fox Sports Net, your exclusive home for Sunday night ACC basketball. And a former Wolfpack point guard, that's not him, but it would be Spud Webb, who will be our special guest.
I think Herb Sendek's done a great job at North Carolina State, and I think that'll be a very tough game for Duke. Obviously, they win, they're back to number 1.
Jacobson misses off the right side, but the rebound chased down by Davis to Jacobson. Tough shot underneath.
He's doing it inside and out. Of course, the prime players step up in the big games.
Christopherson the other way. Nice little soft touch.
Never had that a couple of years ago, did he? I mean, he has made massive strides.
Literally. That's a big man with a very nice soft touch.
Of course, man-to-man by both teams. They're going to get off of Justin Davis. They're not going to let guard hit tight at all.
Borchard blocked by Jackson, but Jackson also got a piece of Borchard.
Now, Christopherson is very adept with his back to the basket. You're going to watch Christopherson try to establish here and use the little jump hook. He does a nice job. He turns to his left and makes that little shot. Good touch. He's into the game. He's played exceptionally well here early.
Borchard misses the free throw. Stanford struggling at the free throw line much more than they have in recent years.
Now, you want to get into a free throw shooting contest with Oregon. They're also a terrific free throw shooting team. They're at 78%. So Stanford shooting at about 69 to 70. And I think this young guy here has a chance to lead the nation in rebounding. If it's not this year, maybe next year, but he is a tremendous rebounder, especially at the offensive end.
Substitutions for Stanford is Teo Johnson, Josh Childress, and Chris Hernandez come on. Two freshmen in that group, Hernandez and Childress. Childress was the difference maker at Oregon State the other night. Jackson off balance, misses, but follows it in.
Got to remember about Jackson. When he shoots the ball, get a body on him, screen him out, keep him off the glass. Has a nice touch inside.
Jacobson penetrates up with the right hand and misses. And I think they might have gotten Borchard.
Well, Oregon again, once you drive, no one did screen him out, and then Jackson does a nice job just to tip the ball in and take it straight to the goal. So that's the one thing Childress will have to do when he's defending Luke Jackson.
They did call that foul on Chris Borchard, non-shooting situation. First step, quick, past Jacobson, but he missed the shot. Borchard pulls down a rebound. There's Chris Hernandez pushing it the other way. Borchard, nice job by Johnson to get that foot down. Perfectly legal play.
I think Johnson has been a nice addition to this team. He's a role player, but a guy that knows his role, which is important. Inside, rebounder, good defender, and a guy that gives you energy, and he's really been outstanding for the Ducks.
Christopherson will get a blow, and you can hear the well-deserved applause from the fans here at Matt Court. Brian Hellquist will replace him. Hellquist a big body, too, not quite as tall as Christopherson.
I think you might look at that matchup if you're Stanford. Well, unless you got that.
He's feeling it.
Hey, I'd say that.
Yeah, he's got 10 in the first 6 minutes.
So he's got a beautiful, beautiful release.
Ridnour got Hernandez off of him and then missed a shot. Borchard with another rebound, and they're going to get Hellquist underneath.
It's only the second team foul on the Ducks. I think that Borchard matchup around the goal against Hellquist is something that Stanford will look to next time down. Got to take care of the ball here. Got to be careful when Ridnour's guarding.
Hernandez did a nice job. He's got his body in front of Ridnour and let him run up his back.
I think Hernandez is a good player. He's very heady, understands the game.
Teo Johnson is open and takes the three. I'm sure that's a shot Mike Montgomery would rather not see at that juncture. Jackson forced it, missed it, followed it, and missed it. That was Hellquist on the follow, and he couldn't get it down. The crowd wanted a foul. Jacobson leaves for Borchard. He could shoot that, and does.
Wasn't that a beautiful read by Jacobson? No, he's unselfish. He's a guy that's got 10 early points. He will find open players on the drive, and he will keep everybody in the game.
1 point ball game coming down toward the 13-minute mark in the first half. Been an up-tempo game. Johnson leaves for Hellquist with a jump hook. They all got that shot.
It's been a well-played game so far. Both these teams playing at a high level.
trying to jam it in against Stanford. Childress, 19 points against Oregon State off the bench the other night. Ridenour right now. And an offensive rebound for Freddie Jones. Got right up over Hernandez. Leaves in the corner for Jackson. Missed it.
I don't think so from there. No, gotta get back inside if you're Borchard.
Hernandez drives baseline, comes all the way underneath. Childress a little out of control, but Borchard steps up and hits another.
Ernie Kent wanted to travel, but I didn't think he did shuffle. I thought that was a good no-call. How about Borchard? I mean, let's just step outside and start making it from 15.
Well, Borchard and Jacobson have all 17 of Stanford's points. Jackson driving with Childress. Good job by Teo Johnson. Got a hand on the ball. Johnson rejected by Childress.
Well, and they've got Jacobson that they could find him.
Boy, they sure did.
He's not going to do it again, is he?
Now he's going to hit the runner. A little short off the front rim. Teo Johnson, second chance, bangs it off the side of the backboard. Ridenour drives on Jacobson, and they're going to get Ridenour.
Jacobson did not get the first call, but you know, he's smart. He held position and got the second one.
11:23 remaining, and it has been a playoff caliber game. Ducks by 1.
They've landed on the podium to accept Academy Awards. 8 have taken up residence in the Oregon Governor's Mansion. 2 won the Nobel Prize. 180 were named Fulbright Scholars. 67 have gone to the Olympics. And 1 was the first female to cross the North and South Poles. Not bad for a bunch of ducks. The University of Oregon. Spread your wings.
Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday.
Wouldn't it be nice if you could just get a great $6 restaurant burger without the restaurant? Introducing the $6 burger, only $3.95 at Hardee's.
Here are the rules. There are no rules. You are a wuss, obnoxious, sexy man, fat bastard. Hey, I'm trying to talk over here.
The best damn sports show, period. Sports television redefined.
It's over.
The Pac-10 tournament is back. This March, the men's tourney comes to Staples Center in Los Angeles. Tickets are going fast. This is your chance to be part of the madness. For more info, log on to www.pac10.org.
Oregon 18 and Chris Borchard and Casey Jacobs 17.
I mean, that's been a dynamic duo, hasn't it, this afternoon? How about Casey Jacobs when he falls down? It's a guy that can get back up and make threes. He scored inside with a nice little turnaround. He has passed the ball well, but Casey has really squared his body and has come up big for the Cardinal. He and Curtis Borchard with all of the 17 points so far for the Cardinal. Look at the numbers, 10 for Casey, 4 of 7 from the field, and he has excelled so far in the first 9 minutes.
Always only a question of time for Casey. He's had 3 for him subpar games in a row.
You got to remember, too, people are running at him. He's got a couple of players around him all the time.
He's got a big guy on him now, and he falls away and knocks it down over Christopherson.
Now, he's showing you why he was a preseason All-American. I mean, he has just played, he has just played tremendous basketball.
Northwest draws a crowd, and he's called for an offensive foul. Terrific defensive set for the Cardinal. There was absolutely no place for Hellquist to go.
Well, Stanford does as good a job as anybody in the conference. Hold position when players get it inside you on defense and see if you can draw that charge.
I think Andy Rios, one of the officials, thought he might have seen some blood on Freddie Jones, but in which case Jones would have to come out while they stop the bleeding, but it's not so. Ernie Kent very happy with this Oregon Duck team. He said his chemistry is unlike any team he's had. These guys all hang together. They were all here all summer long working out.
better jump out on Jacobson. That's another tough shot, but how do you...
Well, when he gets rolling like that.
Yeah, you can forget. Well, you know, he felt he had a size advantage. You guard him with a smaller guy, he can rise and let it go without feeling much pressure.
Stanford now 12-2, as you see, and that ends that as Freddie Jones gets it back the other way. Cardinal by 2.
I think you keep going to the well. Why not? See if you can find Jacobson again.
Childress down low. Childress missed that shot. And it's going to be out of bounds to Oregon. Julius Barnes will come back into the Stanford lineup. And Barnes will come in and play the point here, as Mike Montgomery juggling combinations. He's got Tony Giovacchini on the bench and now puts Hernandez on the bench, leaving Barnes as the point guard.
Both clubs still man-to-man. No zone by either team so far in the first half. Going to give him that shot. Not going to guard Hillquist on the outside. Might be a foul around the goal by Little.
I think that's right. I think he was backing down and did a little hook on Christopherson.
Well, they're trying to go high to low, and Stanford doing a good job of not guarding the ball because they're dropping down, putting 2 players on Christopherson, but they do pick up a foul. Now Johnson, who's a little bit better shooter from the foul line, will come in for Hillquist.
Freddie Jones working on Jacobson, got by him and left it for Johnson. Johnson was hammered.
Well, you see the strategy of the Ducks, especially with Borchard out of the game. Now they feel they have a real advantage with Christopherson and Johnson near the 10. Why not put the ball down low? Let's attack right away, see if we can get Stanford in some foul trouble.
Anthony Lieber has come into the Oregon lineup for the first time, too. He's another shooter. He can light it up in a hurry as well. Might remember him if you were a fan of the Beavers, the Ducks last year. I think I said the Beavers. Of course, I mean the Ducks. Last year, he was Anthony Norwood, but his natural father, his birth father, is Fat Lieber, a guy you might remember, Lafayette Lieber.
Played for Ned Wolf at Arizona State. Remember that team very well.
So he took the Lieber name to honor his dad. Jacobson is loose again. Missed that one a little bit hard, and over the top, we're going to get a foul against Justin Davis, I believe. Second foul on Davis, and Mike Montgomery will bring Kirchhoffer into the game. Joe Kirchhoffer, who normally will not come into the game quite this early, but Montgomery obviously has not found someone to answer Christopherson quite yet.
I think the other thing that Mike Montgomery's thinking, he doesn't want to get that second foul on Borchard. So if he can get Borchard through the first half with 1 foul, I think that's a big, big plus. If he can keep him out there in the second half and not worry about Curtis getting in foul trouble.
Well, Christopherson draws a crowd. Childress clears. Davis down low. Childress comes through the paint, can't deliver, however, on a foul.
Boy, that was a nice cut, though, by Josh Childress playing without the ball. He did a beautiful job of cutting right down the lane and a good entry pass, but no finish. You're gonna get Childress coming down the lane. He does a nice job, a good pass, and he's playing well without the ball and doing a good job of getting back in. So that's what you have to do. When you don't have the ball and you're on the weak side, go ahead and move to the ball, stay active, and you'll get rewarded.
Childress is a slasher and really has his shooting confidence back. He lost his confidence a little bit when Mike Montgomery took him out of the starting lineup, and he had a couple of tough games offensively. He has really bounced back in the last week.
Now let's see if Stanford switches their defense, maybe extends, goes 1-2-2 press, have a quicker team in the game. So Oregon try to get it to Freddie Jones in the middle. This is the guy right here you want to get the ball to if they can find it. But the Cardinal did a good job of negating the ball to Jones, falls back, and it really, that press was very effective. Didn't get the turnover, but didn't give up an easy shot.
Skip pass for Jones. Childress flies at it, doesn't get it. Here's Lieber for 3.
Well, that's a guy you got to run to. I mean, he is a three-point specialist. You got to get the Lieber.
Kirchhoffer up top, little jumper. Ridnour clears.
I think if you're Oregon, you're going to give Kirchhoffer that shot. I think you're going to back off, see if you can make one.
They get it down to Christopherson. Nicely count the basket. And credit Ridnour with that one.
Well, Ridnour has eyes behind his head. This is a guy that will find you if you're open. He can make, look at the pass on the outside hand, and then just go ahead and finish it strong. Look at that pass come in here. Why? Because there's no defender there. And of course, the finish, the finalization by the big guy, Christopherson, but Ridnour makes it all happen.
Oregon just banging it down low. 18 of their 26 coming down on the block. Christopherson at the free throw line. Ducks, as we said, one of the best free throw shooting teams in America.
And I would say Christopherson is the worst free throw shooter, and he's in the mid-60s. Yep. Everybody else is in the high 70s or 80s.
And the Ducks lead by 4, just under 8 minutes remaining. Jacobson drove under, and then Borchard somehow got a shot up, but it rolled off.
Now with Borchard in the game, Christopherson may assume a bit of a different role, or you don't go right to him. Well, tough shot.
Yeah, Freddie Jones tries and misses a 3, and Borchard with a rebound.
See, Barry, that's the presence of Borchard. He all of a sudden, he denies that pass into Christopherson, so you force a tougher shot.
And a nice give that time from Borchard to the cutting Jacobson for the easy basket.
And be mentally alert. Ducks again, nice job of getting the ball down the floor after a score.
They make you hustle. 94 feet. Well, Johnson rejected by Borchard. Big time.
Not that time.
However, Jackson makes him pay from 3. Yeah. You got to jump at all the Ducks.
Yeah, however.
Yeah.
The ball did end up in the right guy's hands, if you're an Oregon fan.
And the Ducks lead by 5, and this crowd right back in it here at Mac Court. Borchard down low. Nice job by Christopherson. Lever, opportunity 3. And Jacobson high for the rebound. It's interesting, the Cardinals want to push the ball here today, too. Little lob to Davis, give it up nicely to Joe Bikini. Very unselfish from Justin Davis.
Well, that high to low pass, very effective. Hard to give any help on the high to low. No one underneath to give that help. Well executed by the Cardinals. I don't know if you really have to front Christopherson that high. I think Borchard is trying to front him when he's at about 8-9 feet and play right behind him.
Tried to pick and roll that time, and somehow it winds up back in Lever's hands, and they leave him, but he missed the shot. Christopherson follows and misses, and it's going to be, let's see.
Yeah, they may get a push foul.
I think they might, yeah. They're going to get Joe Bikini, I think. And we're going to get a timeout with 5:53 remaining. Oregon rolling now. They lead it by 3, 30-27.
Get ready to move. It's time to submit to the rhythm with Pulse. 2 CDs or 2 cassettes of non-stop throbbing energy.
Another night, another dream, but always you. I know what I want, and I want it now.
You can't get this 30-track collection in any store.
It's a beautiful life. Oh, you know you're gonna be mine. Finally, it's happened to me right in front of my face. Baby, if you want me.
You can order this collection online at MusicSpace.com. Feel the pulse and get it now. To order, call the number on your screen or log on to MusicSpace.com.
The Pac-10 and Fox Sports Net present Pac-10 basketball tournaments. Shooting has already begun on these blockbuster productions. Premiere release dates will be March 2002, Women's Tournament in Eugene, Oregon.
Here's Big Clancy in the lane for you.
Men's Tournament in Los Angeles, California.
To the basket.
Who will take center stage? These tournaments are rated E for excitement.
crew here at Matt Court on hand, helping their team, and they've helped them to a 3-point lead. Well, a reminder, it's the new show that everybody's talking about, especially the pit crew, the best damn sports show, period. It's the new nightly show that features a comedian who's a diehard sports fan and a bunch of ex-jocks who really do know the game. Critics are calling it a collision of sports and comedy, and just what we've been waiting for. Introducing the best damn sports show, period, weeknights at 7:30 and 11:30, only on Fox Sports Net. Look at the Oregon Ducks and how they rank in the Pac-10. They're the highest scoring team in the Pac-10, number 3 nationally, as a matter of fact, or 4, I believe it is nationally. Almost 50% field goal shooting. Shoot it at almost 79% from the free throw line, and look at the three-point shooting. That's the whole package. Jacobson missed the 3. One of his few misses. He's got 17 of Stanford's 27.
Yeah, on the last sequence, right before we went to break, Luke Jackson did pick up his second foul. So I'm sure Ernie Kent will rest him for the remaining 5 minutes. You don't want to pick up that third foul on Jackson, so he'll be out of the game.
It's Mark McCallus getting his first touch of the ball game. Davis also in the ball game. Now he's a guy you've got to jump out at. Designated shooter. Again, very good smothering defense by Stanford, but the ball winds up back in Freddie Jones' hands. He's going to skip past to Davis. Look out. Missed the shot, runs it down.
And now's the time to back it out. Good job by Davis to go back after it.
Christopherson working on Borchard. Got the ball up nicely. He's got a pretty quick first step.
Yeah, Borchard didn't block the shot, but he certainly bothered it. Look at Christopherson trying to draw the charge.
I like it.
Yeah, you got to love it.
Borchard, the leaner over McCallus.
Stanford does a beautiful job of recognizing mismatches, and Borchard delivers when he gets it on a low block.
Jones, leaner, blocked by Borchard. 3-on-2 for the Cardinal now. Jacobson on the wing. Get it up to Barnes, coming baseline for the floater. Misses. Ooh. Davis follows.
How about it? Maybe a quick TO here by Oregon. How about that response by Stanford?
Well, they ran that 3-on-2 pretty well, I would say, and they knew the trailer was coming, so Barnes could come underneath and take a bit of a chancy shot.
What you love about Davis is he's a guy that will anticipate his teammates going to miss it in the open court, just run the floor. Jacobson delivers, you get a miss, but a big-time follow by Justin Davis.
I think that's really typical of both these coaches, though. Their players are not guys who are going to stand there and take pictures of their shot. They're going to follow everything, and then they're going to run the floor. Ernie Kent on his team.
I'm extremely pleased with where we're at right now. It's been a very good year for us. This team has been on the same page with us as a staff. They've been on the same page with each other. They've just played some really, really good basketball early on. The biggest key for us now is just to keep our focus and stay hungry throughout the course of this season.
And it's been an excellent ball game so far. I mean, really well played, high caliber game. Cardinal by 1, 4:08 remaining, first half.
Really important, Barry, coming out of timeouts if you're Oregon, try to get something productive, and they do. I think you're forced to put Jackson back in the game with the 2 fouls. And who's he guarding? He's guarding Casey Jacobson. I'm sure Jacobson alert to that if he gets the ball.
Barnes, deep corner, misses. Jackson the rebound. I'm sure Jacobson will try to take it to the rack against him. Barnes fast hands it out of bounds. And Hellquist will come back into the ball game. McCallus will leave for the Ducks. And we'll take a timeout with 3:44 remaining. And Oregon with a 1-point lead over the Stanford Cardinal. We're coming back.
Sure, the holidays are over, but it's not too late to open one of these. The compact Presario 1700T notebook. It's got hot swappable drives and the incredibly fast mobile Intel Pentium 3 Processor M for just $1349. Plus, we'll give you a carrying case and an extra battery free. So give yourself one last holiday present to open before this deal closes. Call 1-888-271-1826 to get yours now.
Last week on ACC Sunday Night Hoops, the Blue Devils fell from the ranks to be unbeaten in the season's biggest upset. Now Jason Williams and number 2 Duke want to get back on top. But red-hot NC State is ready to play the role of giant killer. ACC Sunday Night Hoops tomorrow on Fox Sports Net. Basketball evolved to its highest state.
Welcome to the best damn sports store, period. Clean up on aisle 6.
Go get that out of here.
You ready, Jimmy?
No.
Why pay child support with the Pro Athlete Paternity Test?
Oh, DeMarco Farr. John Sally. John Sally.
Comedy, commentary, highlights, the best damn sports show, period.
We welcome you back, 32-31. The pit crew's happy. Why not? Their team leads it only by a point, though. Television's most unique brand of football commentary airs Sunday, this NFL This Morning on Fox Sports Net. This season, football funny man Jay Moore and the rest of the NFL This Morning crew welcome Boomer Esiason to the show. The critics call the most unique, groundbreaking, off-the-wall 90 minutes of football news. NFL This Morning, it's the pregame show that's not really a pregame show. Tomorrow at 10 Eastern, 7 Pacific, right here on Fox Sports Net.
Well, the Cardinals go smaller, Barry, and zone. They're going to play Justin Davis in the middle, who, by the way, I mean, excels at the rebounding department. So they won't lose much in terms of guys going up and getting missing. But now you zone it, you try to pack it in, and Oregon, obviously, leads the league in three-point shooting.
4 seconds. Davis way downtown, misses, and Johnson with a rebound.
That's a case of non-recognition, and it doesn't happen very often by the Ducks. Stanford surprised them when they went 2-3 zone.
Jacobson open behind a Johnson screen. Boy, is he deadly.
No, he is Mr. Automatic this afternoon.
He's on fire. He's got 20.
Yeah, clearly having his best game of the year.
Down low, Hellquist to the basket. Hellquist gives Ernie Kent some mass down there, too. He's a wide body. Matchup, Hellquist with Teo Johnson. And stepping in front is Jackson. Jackson with Jacobson in his way, right around him.
When defense keys offense, you're in pretty good shape.
I don't think Casey wanted to risk that second foul.
Exactly right. Well, that's why Borchard's not in the game either.
There's a little lob to Childress down low, too soft off the window. Knocked out of bounds to the Ducks. Christopherson will come back for Ernie Kent.
Yeah, nice step in that time by Luke Jackson, and you're exactly right. Casey Jacobson did not want to pick up the second foul, tried to hold position. Of course, Luke a lefty, and that's why Ernie Kent has him in the game, even with the 2 fouls. He's a guy that makes everybody else better, just can't afford to take him out.
Well, and Mike Montgomery obviously feeling that way about Chris Borchard. He's going to bring him back. Only has 1 foul. He's not really in any kind of trouble. Hernandez also comes back at the point. Mike has not been real happy with his point guard play the last couple of games.
I think he was forced to bring Borchard back. A great substitution by Ernie Kent because Kent put Christopherson in the game. Oh, you look at the field goal percentage. Both of these clubs doing a nice job shooting it at about 50%. Stanford again back in the zone. Davis a great shooter.
There's a 3 for him.
Oh, he is a beautiful shooter. This guy's got a textbook release, and it's scary to zone Oregon.
They're a very tough team to defend in general. They're going to get Johnson from behind over Davis.
Automatic call. This is an excellent call. You just cannot reach in the low block. But Davis, not a very good free throw shooter, will get to the line for a one-on-one opportunity.
Cannot get it. Ducks with the ball and the lead by 5. 1:35 left first half.
Stanford now back man-to-man.
Ridenour all the way to the basket. Had to get it up over Borchard, and that altered his shot.
More aggressive this year, isn't he? I mean, Ridenour taking it to the goal much better than he did last year.
Lob to Davis. Davis working on Christopherson. Christopherson scoops the shot.
Well, he alters the shot. Didn't get a block, but you have to force it higher than you'd like, and you miss it. Look at Davis trying to front Christopherson. Now he's behind him. They got to look at that mismatch. So he's saying, get the ball out to the point, then lob it into me.
Ridnour pulls the trigger from 3 and gets it.
Wow. Boy, how do you like it, Oregon?
Biggest lead of the game for the Ducks.
This place is going crazy.
Why not? This is when this place is absolutely magic. I mean, you can't hear yourself thinking here. Borchard. Reverse on Christopherson, but couldn't get it. Stanford will have a second chance. 17 seconds, they'll back it out and play for 1.
Be a good time to get Jacobson the ball. He's had a monster first half, trying to find him.
There he is. And the floater, he knocks it down.
He has been just scintillating in the first half.
It's not like they're not guarding. Casey Jacobson literally keeping his team in the ball game. Other than Jacobson and Borchard, Joe Bikini is the only Stanford Cardinal with a field goal in the first half. 42-36, Oregon leads a brilliantly played half of basketball. I thought for both teams, more so for the Ducks.
It's a classic playoff rivalry. Garcia and the Niners, Favre and the Packers. The NFC Wild Card tomorrow on Fox.
Hey Cardinal fans, don't miss this year's winter warm-up. All of your favorite Cardinals will be there signing autographs and visiting with the fans. Also, there will be games, memorabilia, food and fun. Get into the baseball mood and help Cardinals Care make a difference in our community. Call the Cardinals for tickets or log on to the website. I'll see you at the winter warm-up.
I can't stand the Knicks, yo. Knickerbocker, please. I would have no problem getting up for the big games in the Big Apple. Hells no. They say it's hard to play in New York. Well, with the media scrutiny and whatnot. I feel you, dog. Step off. To the curb, baby. As I unleash the fury with some fly Reggie Miller razzle my damn. Yo, Spree, you want some popcorn? Cause this gonna be the best damn movie you ever seen. Extra large tub of salted artificial butter. Word to your mother.
NFL this morning.
We talk football, hardcore football. The pregame show that's really not a pregame show.
You come out and you hit him right in the mouth. When that guy gets rolling, nothing stops him. He doesn't stop himself.
I'm gonna get you, sucker.
The guy's a psychopath.
It's fun, exciting. The show your mom doesn't want you to see. NFL This Morning, tomorrow on Fox Sports Net.
I'm funny.
Tonight at 10, it's the Midwest Sports Report.
Baby, I don't believe it.
It's the nightly newscast you've been waiting for.
This is the real deal.
30 minutes every night dedicated to scores, highlights, and interviews from your hometown teams.
We told you it was going to be good.
Your teams, your town, your show. The Midwest Sports Report, tonight at 10 on Fox Sports Net.
You're watching Fox Sports Net.
It's been the final resting place for a lot of teams that have come calling on Matt Court. Matt Court's 75 years old this week. One of the great places, I think, in college basketball. At the half, Oregon leads Stanford by 6. Right now, let's take a moment to visit one of the leading candidates for the John Wooden Award at the end of the year.
It's time to take a look at the candidates for the John R. Wooden Award All-American Team. One of the game's top offensive and defensive threats, USC forward Sam Clancy is one player who is hard to ignore on the court. A major presence in the paint, Clancy already holds the school record for blocked shots. The 6'7", 240-pound senior is a sociology major from St. Edward's High School in Fairview, Ohio. A premier player on the West Coast, Clancy has his sights set on the Pac-10 title and a return trip to the NCAA tournament. The John R. Wooden Award will be presented live from the Los Angeles Athletic Club Sunday, April 7th on Fox Sports Net. The college basketball season doesn't officially end until this prestigious award is presented.
Well, Sam Clancy's team had a pretty good ball game the other night. They beat UCLA, and then, of course, UCLA turns around and beats #1 ranked Kansas today. But you have an idea, Clancy and the Trojans will certainly be ranked come the ratings tomorrow. We're coming back.
Oh, boy, a lamp!
Oh, I love a good rub down. I'm the genie of the lamp. You have set me free. You have 3 wishes.
I would like to be as clever as a fox, strong as a bear, and I would like to fly like an eagle.
Then you need Red Bull energy drink. It vitalizes your body and your mind.
Red Bull gives you wings. Oh, Genie, thank you. Bye-bye.
And who will grant my wishes?
Inside, Puffy Pants.
Do you wonder where Britney Spears or NSYNC got their moves? Here's your chance to get the inside look at how it's done. With Darren's Dance Cruise, the new video that breaks down the moves and shows you how to do them step by step.
We step back on our right leg and then move forward. It is definitely the best choreographer of all time.
His unique street-style dance steps have been featured in music videos, award shows, and concerts seen around the world.
Dancing's all about having fun. Now you can get down with my new video. Ain't no lie.
Now these fresh moves are available for you to learn on Darren's Dance Cruise. Plus, Darren will show you his brand new pop and lock routine.
I break it down so you can learn the dances at your own speed.
When you're watching this choreography, you just want to get up and do it with them.
Darren's Dance Cruise is not sold in any store.
This is gonna be the hottest video you ever seen.
To order, call the number on your screen or log on to MusicSpace.com. Must be 18 or older to call or log on.
The National Sports Report on Fox Sports Net.
Jamal Anderson admits that right now he's down, but there's no way anyone should count him out.
The nightly show that brings you up-to-the-minute scores, highlights, and thought-provoking opinions.
We would be better off with a circus clown running the series.
Sports news the way you want it.
Barry Bonds' pursuit of the game's most glamorous record heats up.
The National Sports Report, tonight at 10:30 on Fox Sports Net.
Last week on ACC Sunday Night Hoops, the Blue Devils fell from the ranks to be unbeaten in the season's biggest upset. Now Jason Williams and number 2 Duke want to get back on top. But red-hot NC State is ready to play the role of giant killer. ACC Sunday Night Hoops tomorrow on Fox Sports Net. Basketball evolved to its highest state.
We welcome you back. There's a wide-eyed future member of the Ducks women's team, I think. 42-36, the Duck men leading the Stanford Cardinal at the half. Today, UC bouncing back from that loss the other night against USC and bouncing back big time.
Well, they sure did. Here's Bochy making an outside shot for Kansas, and a big win for the Bruins. And how about Matt Barnes? I mean, what a week for Barnes. 34 against USC, 27 today, and look at that move going to the goal. So Barnes just played exceptionally well. Of course, Capono inside, and who made the pass? Matt Barnes. And again, can he do it one more time? Sure he can. So a big win. Matt Barnes, Jason Capono. You know, it's great, Barry, to see the enthusiasm at UCLA after that win.
No question about it. A huge win coming back, especially from a tough loss in conference play. That score of Florida and Vanderbilt not really as close as the score would indicate that game, rather not as close to the score. Third-ranked Florida, an easy winner, and Kentucky had to come from behind to beat South Carolina. So plenty of action in college basketball so far today, and we got a lot more coming up even after we get out of Eugene. Still 20 minutes of basketball left. Most of you will be watching the game between California and Oregon State just up the road in Corvallis right after this game, but plenty of basketball left here. 42-36 at the half. Luke Jackson and company getting it done before the home folk at McCourt.
Jaguar, part of the new Hertz Prestige collection. Jaguar, if it's your kind of car, Hertz is your kind of car rental company. The Hertz Prestige collection. Volvo, part of the new Hertz Prestige collection. Volvo, if it's your kind of car, Hertz is your kind of car rental company. The Hertz Prestige collection.
Leading the way.
leading the way with the best deals ever on America's best-selling vehicles. And right now, you'll find amazing deals like 0% financing on Ford Explorer, America's #1 selling SUV for the last 10 years. You can get a no-interest loan on any new 2002 Explorer. Get a powerful V8, independent rear suspension, and seating for 8. See your quality Ford stores on both sides of the river.
Hang on tight for a heavyweight showdown. Scoring machine Jerry Stackhouse sparks a surprising Pistons squad. Reggie Miller leads a run-and-gun Pacers attack, out to make a statement. It's non-stop high-flying action. Pistons Pacers, Friday at 6:30 on Fox Sports Net.
Clear it. Clear it, Dimitra. Boom. Great check. Take the shot. Go. Move in, McInnes. He shoots. He scores.
Tonight at 10, it's the Midwest Sports Report.
Baby, I don't believe it!
It's the nightly newscast you've been waiting for.
This is the real deal.
30 minutes every night dedicated to scores, highlights, and interviews from your hometown teams.
We told you it was going to be good.
Your teams, your town, your show. The Midwest Sports Report, tonight at 10 on Fox Sports Net.
You're watching Fox Sports Net.
We welcome you back. Halftime here at Matt Court in Eugene, where Oregon leads Stanford 42-36. And I'll tell you what, Danny, there's nothing but compliments to give to both these teams. A really well played, I thought, first half. Give you an idea of how well only 5 turnovers combined between these two teams in the first half.
And both teams playing at a pretty fast tempo. It has been a well-played first half. Defense has keyed offense. How about the job by Jacobson inside? But Oregon, tough to defend. Can't zone them. They'll make threes. Hard to man them because they can go around the goal. Very good Oregon team.
And then, of course, if you jump out at them, it makes their post play that much more effective. I thought very well-balanced offense for Oregon in the first half. They got a lot of help down low from Christopherson, a lot of help up high from everybody else.
Yeah, and I thought that was very impressive. And so Oregon, yeah, when you look at the Ducks, Christopherson, a guy that can do damage on the interior, and they found him. And has he responded? So obviously you get him on the inside, and Luke Jackson can't afford to take him out of the game. Has the 2 fouls, but productive when he's in.
Well, you look at the scoring for Oregon, it is very balanced. Jackson had 12 points in the first half. Christopherson contributed 9. I thought he contributed on both ends of the floor. Freddie Jones had 7. And Ridnour, not really big in the scoring column yet, but I thought was a great distributor. As to Stanford, I think if you talk about their offense, it can be summarized in 2 words. Casey Jacobson.
Yeah, and Casey has been big time in the first half. He's made it on the outside. He has made it around the goal. He has passed the ball effectively. He's done a nice job of creating off of screens. So I can't ask much more from Jacobson and Borchard in the first half.
Well, I think probably what Mike Montgomery can ask for, though, is a little bit more help for those 2 guys. Jacobson with 22, Borchard with 11, but only 3 combined for the other members of the Stanford team, and he went pretty deep into his bench.
Well, he sure did. Here's the thing you got to look at if you're Stanford. Second half, obviously a little bit more balance. Can't forget about Jacobson, but other guys have to step up. How about Borchard? He has to get it inside, but let's get everybody else involved if Stanford's going to win this game.
Well, again, in the Pac-10 Conference, you got to win at home. That's what makes this game so important, I think, for Oregon. Take a look at the Pac-10 Conference standings here with SC, the only undefeated team in the conference. Been a long time since anybody's gone undefeated, and I don't think SC will do it this year either. How's that for a bold prediction, huh? Those are the top 5, though, and you got to also think about California, Arizona State, and Oregon State. They're all still very talented teams that have just had a little bit of a rough start. We're coming back.
Our Hertz Pac-10 Student Athlete of the Week is ASU junior forward Sean Redditch. One of the Pac-10's best defenders and deadliest free throw shooters, Sean Redditch is one of the staples for the Sun Devils basketball team. In addition, he is a two-time All-Pac-10 academic selection with a 3.3 GPA in construction science. Sean Redditch of Arizona State University, our Hertz Pac-10 Student Athlete of the Week.
Here are the rules. There are no rules. You are a wuss.
Obnoxious, sexy man.
Fat bastard. I'm trying to talk over here.
The best damn sports show, period. Sports television redefined.
It's over.
The Pac-10 tournament is back. This March, the men's tourney comes to Staples Center in Los Angeles. Tickets are going fast. This is your chance to be part of the madness. For more info, log on to www.pac10.org.
Emo's plans to introduce a thicker crust style to their original St. Louis style pizza. But in order to guarantee success, I believe we need extensive research. So I recommend 20, maybe 40 consumer focus groups.
You like it?
Yeah.
Yeah, we're going to go with it.
I can't work like this.
Introducing Emo's original St. Louis style pizza, now available with a thicker crust. Right now, get 2 large one-topping pizzas for only $15.95. Emo's, the square beyond compare.
Last week on ACC Sunday Night Hoops, the Blue Devils fell from the ranks to the unbeaten in the season's biggest upset. Now Jason Williams and number 2 Duke want to get back on top. But red-hot NC State is ready to play the role of giant killer. ACC Sunday Night Hoops tomorrow on Fox Sports Net. Basketball evolved to its highest state.
It's a classic playoff rivalry. Garcia and the Niners, Favre and the Packers. The NFC wildcard tomorrow on Fox.
We welcome you back. It's going to be interesting to see what adjustments these two coaches made at halftime. I'm sure Casey Jacobson will draw a little bit more of a crowd in the second half defensively. Both teams shooting it pretty well, 44%, 4 out of 5, and 4 of 4 for Casey Jacobson from three-point range. And just about everything else, with the exception of points in the paint, which Oregon just tried to jam it in a little bit more, and bench points, the big difference.
Yeah, bench points, big time. And how about the key matchup? And we thought this would be a good one. So far, I think Borchard with a little bit of an edge in terms of points and rebounds, but a nice job by Christopherson. I thought he played an exceptional first half of the Dubs.
Jacobson working on Jones, goes up again, and couldn't quite get the roll that time, a little bit short. Johnson with a rebound. Jackson guarded by Barnes. Barnes 0 for 3 in the first half.
They have a bit of a mismatch inside. Davis guarding Christopherson. If they can find Christopherson and swing it to his side.
Jackson, the pull up in the lane.
Good creator.
He gives you problems both inside and out.
Well, I remember a game last year at Washington. He had a triple-double. I mean, the guy can pass, he can rebound, he can score.
He and Ridnour both on the first-team all-freshman team in the Pac-10 Conference. That's the first time it's ever happened here at Oregon, where 2 players off the same team have made the all-Frosh team.
You see Luke Jackson. Here's a young man that just has poise. He understands the game. Good movement, good flow, and he's left-handed, but able to go to his right, gather himself, and really make a tough shot look easy.
Tony Giovacchini at the line for Stanford.
Can't lose touch if you're the Cardinals. This is a very dangerous part of the game here because Oregon explosive. They could put numbers up quick. Stanford must get some stops at the defensive end.
Ducks by 6 with the ball, just underway second half. Barnes in his face. Ridnour up top. Ridnour might have gotten away with an extra step there. Jackson. And Jacobson the rebound. They get it out of there in a hurry. Borchard lobbed to Davis. Nice pass by the big man.
Oh, that was just a dynamite pass. Talk about good poise under pressure. That was not an easy pass, but Borchard made it look easy.
Christopherson working on Borchard. Jump hook, just long. Johnson fights for the rebound. Ernie Kent said about Johnson, he said he's got a Dennis Rodman mentality, and I think he saw a little of that on that last rebound. There's Jones with a follow-up.
Where Oregon really hurts you, second and third efforts at the offensive end. As you said, a guy like Johnson will keep the ball alive, give his team another opportunity.
Borchard turns, faces up, and sticks it.
I think Curtis Borchard's giving you a bit of a preview of how good he really is. I mean, this guy can do it all. He can shoot, he can rebound, block shots, very active player.
Jones got in the air and somehow found Christopherson, who rolls to the basket.
Well, you talk about a lack of big guys in the country. Not here today.
You're not kidding. Borchard again. Barnes down the lane. First basket for Julius.
Yeah, critical for the Cardinal to get Barnes off. Don't forget, he is explosive. Had a big game in Stanford's win against California at Maple. So very important to get Julius Barnes in the game.
Jackson that time jumped into Jacobson, but Jacobson was moving, they say. That's a heads-up play by Jackson.
Yeah, it really is. And Jacobson trying to hold position, but they really didn't go. Look at Freddie Jones. Freddie does a nice job to get the ball inside. Nice decision in midair. And once Chris Christopherson makes that curl, I mean, it is going to be an automatic goal.
Jackson converts at the line. Jackson's got 15 in the ball game.
Oregon's such a great free throw shooting team, they never hit the rim.
That's right. You're right.
When they shoot free throws. I mean, it's like dead center. You look at the numbers on Jackson. I mean, he's just a magnificent all-around player, only a sophomore.
Well, he's at his season's average right now. And now he's got 16.
That was a no-rimmer also.
Yeah, that's right. Substitutions for both teams. Childress, Matt Loddick into the ball game for the first time for Stanford. For Oregon, Davis comes back, and Hellquist comes on.
Now I'm sure they're going to look at Borchard. Feel that they've got a better matchup now with Hellquist on Borchard. See if they can put Jacobson and Borchard on the same side of the floor. Tough shot.
Jacobson did force the foul, however.
Yeah, Barry, that's exactly what he did. I think he felt he has that size advantage against Jones. See if he can create going to the basket. Go ahead and utilize your size, and he did pick up the foul.
I like the fact, though, that Ernie Kent is just basically manning up on Jacobson and not really helping too much. Jacobson's burning him, but that's confidence in your team.
Well, his thought may be that Jacobson cannot single-handedly beat him.
Well,
now that remains to be seen.
Well, that's well taken, though, with Borchard and Jacobson doing almost literally all the scoring for Stanford in the first half. Jacobson gets them both. He's got 24, and it remains a 4-point ball game. That's Joe Bikini reaching in.
Oh, timeout. See if they can get a timeout. No.
Didn't
Great
get it
hustle.
done.
Yep. That was beautiful hustle by Joe Bikini. Didn't get the possession, but a good job to get on the ground after it. It's interesting with Oregon, with Christopherson out of the game, they become a much more perimeter-oriented team. I mean, they're going to look at Jackson, they're going to look at Rittenauer, Freddie Jones. They're going to set some screens for the smaller guys and see if they can open it up.
Rittenauer took it all the way to the basket, and Hellquist followed it in.
That's what happens when you break the defense down and Borchard comes to help. Nobody screams out Hellquist.
Well, you know, I think that's one of the other things about this Oregon team is Childress takes the leaner and a foul is going to be called. They're going to get Davis on the foul. But what I was starting to say is I think they have guys who can create. Rittenauer can create, Jackson can create, Jones certainly can create, and that really helps.
Toughest thing to do in basketball, I think, defensively, is to defend the dribbler. Once the dribbler gets by you and gets in the lane, good things happen for the offense.
Joe Bikini drives, tried to dish to Loddick, who saves for Jacobson going to the basket. That should be a travel. And Childress gets the basket, and that's going to get the crowd involved.
Yeah, and Ernie Kent has to stay calm. Do not get a technical in this situation. You're right. Either a jump ball or a travel.
Jones almost got that to go.
Good presence of mind, though, by Stanford to keep playing. You know, sometimes guys say, they agree with you. Oh, I'm sure the whistle's going to blow. Cannot anticipate the whistle.
So Jones will go to the free throw line.
Yeah,
Here's
good,
another look.
Yeah, great save by Loddick just to keep it in play. Now, here's what you're talking about. We missed it a bit, but that was a time that Jacobson either traveled or it would have been a possession, held ball situation, but Stanford stayed with it.
And Jones again. Oregon, such a good free throw shooting team. 15:42 remaining to be played in the ball game, and the Ducks have extended it back to 6, which it was at the half.
I've been listening to my story about a man named Jed.
It's the high, lonesome sound of America.
Wish that I was on old Rocky Top.
Presenting the Treasury of Bluegrass.
Blue moon of Kentucky, keep on shining.
30 classics.
Oh, you understand, little man.
Ralph Stanley, Bill Monroe, Flatt and Scruggs. Get the Treasury of Bluegrass on 2 CDs or 2 cassettes.
Saturday evening about sundown, Hound Hill and above the town.
Ricky Skaggs,
How it rang, you could hear it talk, you could hear it
Alison
sing.
Krauss.
2 highways lay before me.
But this special collection is not sold in stores. So please call now.
To order Treasury Bluegrass, use your credit card and call 1-800-513-9977 or send $24.99 for CDs or cassettes plus shipping to the address on your screen or order online at timelife.com.
Kepner is looking good. She was in a bad wreck last week, was taken to the care center, came out bruised but unbent, and is competitive today.
Everyone thought Kepner was going to the left, but she's going to the right.
What a blistering pace. What maneuvering.
She has to be careful. This kind of stunt can send her and her crew home early.
This was a fast track when the race started.
Oh, yeah, but the temperature's heating up, and I tell you, that can mean trouble for Kepner.
She's all over the top of him.
Whoa, there's contact.
She's definitely no rookie.
Oregon leads by 6 against 14th-ranked Stanford. The Ducks, of course, no stranger to beating ranked teams. They really handed Arizona's hat to them up here at Mac Court. Beat them by 30 earlier this year.
Yeah, the biggest loss by a Lute Olson team. And look at their transition scoring against the Wildcats, 105-75. And they backed that up and went to Tucson and defeated them 90-80. Look at Rittenauer and Jackson working together. Rittenauer makes the goal. So first time in many, many years that Oregon's been able to defeat Arizona twice.
So they beat them twice. They beat California, a very good team coming in here the other night. They beat Louisville early in the season up in Portland, but then they lost to UMass, also in Portland. They lost to a Portland team that they really felt they should not have lost to. But Portland, they said, just wanted the game more than they did. Borchard down low, missed an easy shot. Rittenauer with the rebound.
The graphic also illustrates, Barry, there's parity in college basketball.
Rittenauer steps up and sticks it. And a 9-point lead, the biggest of the game.
I think right now, if you're the Cardinal, a momentum score obviously needed.
Jacobson, when they need it, he gets it. That was almost too easy. Rittenauer coming the other way, throws it off the side of the backboard. Bikini, yeah, to Jacobson, he'll finish. That quieted things.
Yeah, exactly what the Cardinal needed. Nice play by Joe Bikini to work the hands, get the steal. You look at the field goals this half, and Stanford 6 of 8, but Oregon winning the battle of the boards and able to get more efforts around the goal.
Jackson missed, and there was a nice follow by Helquist, but he couldn't quite control the ball.
Got Jacobson if they can find it.
They found it. They'll back it out now. Matt Loddick. Loddick's another streaky shooter. Against California, he went for 12 quick ones in the second half. There's Portland going to the basket.
Well, again, Joe Bikini. Joe Bikini's had a terrific defensive sequence, draws the big guys by getting down the lane, finds Borchard who can finalize.
6 unanswered for Stanford. Elquist down low, and Elquist forced it up and in. Muscle shot.
Yeah, I thought Borchard would get a piece of it. Give Elquist credit. He stayed with it, did not travel, made a tough shot.
Look at this here. There's 5'11", Chris Hernandez, actually 6 feet. Chris Hernandez and 7 foot Chris Christopherson sitting next to each other. Mutt and Jeff. Borchard underneath.
Yeah, the Cardinal hanging in there.
Ridenour again pulls the trigger, knocks it down. Boy, is that nerve.
Is that impressive? How do you like Luke Ridenour? I mean, he's just taking the game over.
Boy, it's a terrific game. Borchard comes the other way, draws the foul.
Well, you got a guy like you got to close on him. You cannot give him any room, because if you give him room, he will make you pay. And Ridenour looking to explode at the offensive end.
You know, the other thing, and we touched upon this earlier, just to give you an idea of how well played this game is, 5 turnovers combined in the first half. Still 5 turnovers combined. We played 7 minutes in the second half.
Translates right back to guard play.
Yep.
And both of these clubs are taking care of the ball, doing a nice job in the open floor. The substitution pattern really has been excellent by both teams. Coaches getting guys in and out, getting them in there at the right time of the game, resting players, and doing a good job of just keeping their guys mentally in the game.
Lever and Christopherson back into the Oregon lineup, and Hernandez back in at the point for Stanford. They haven't had an answer for Ridenour in the second half. Here he is again. Christopherson keeps it alive, but I think they're going to say you went up over the top to do it.
Well, you sure don't mind that foul call if you're Ernie Kent. I mean, Christopherson smiling. You know, the guy is really a very nice young man. He has worked hard. I'm really happy to see all the success. You look at the team fouls, but you don't mind that foul. I mean, he almost got away with it and was able to get that possession for the Ducks.
Absolutely. Here's Hernandez penetrating, tries to kick out for Loddick. That's Hernandez from the corner, a little short. Davis with a rebound. Jackson, penetration, a little short off the window, gets it back. Got it up and drew the foul. Nice job by Jackson.
Now Luke Jackson showing you how multi-dimensional he is. You think about him as an outside guy and someone that can hurt you on a perimeter, but he's very clever when he's inside and he knows how to draw fouls.
So Luke Jackson will go to the free throw line. And a reminder, the 2002 Pac-10 basketball tournament resumes this year. It'll be down in Los Angeles at the Staples Center, and you can get tickets at www.pac10.org. www.pac10.org for tickets to the Pac-10 tournament.
I think that would be exciting. 20 tournament.
Perfect. I mean, 6-7 teams that could win that tournament, I think. And that's not overstating.
No, it's not overstating at all. Considering it will be an 18 tournament.
That's right.
So you got 7 of them, 6-7 with a legitimate chance to win. That's pretty good.
Loddick for 3. This is long. Jackson with the rebound.
Got to stop the ball. He did. Wow, what a steal
by Loddick in traffic. Now we'll wait for help. Borchard takes it to the basket, swatted from behind by Lever. That's a great play by Matt Loddick.
I mean, how did Loddick come up with that one?
Well, you said stop the dribble.
Stop the dribble. He did.
Yes,
he hurt me.
But we talked about what a great athlete Matt Loddick is. Look at this.
Well,
they just picked him clean.
And he did. And you know what he's thinking? Even if I foul him, it does stop the fast break. So let's go after it. And then look at Borchard. Borchard under control, doesn't want to charge, picks up the foul.
Makes the first free throw, gets this to a 4-point game.
How good is this guy, Borchard?
There's no telling how good he might be. Remember, this is a guy who hardly played his first 2 years.
That's right. I mean, you lose Jaron and Jason Collins. You lose Mike McDonald and Mendez. I mean, you lost 4 big-time players at Stanford.
It's a 3-point game, 11:55 to go.
Man, I can't stand the Knicks, yo. Knickerbocker, please. I would have no problem getting up for the big games in the Big Apple.
Hells no.
They say it's hard to play in New York. Well, with the media scrutiny and whatnot.
I feel you, dog.
Step off.
To the curb, baby.
As I unleash the fury with some fly Reggie Miller razzle my damn. Yo, Spree, you want some popcorn? Cause this gonna be the best damn movie you ever seen.
Extra large tub of salted artificial butter.
Word to your mother.
The last word with Jim Rome.
Oh no, here we go again. Electrifying, gravity-defying, mesmerizing.
Interrupt this program to bring you a whole new way to think about sports talk.
Oh wait, there's more. Things are heating up. A lot of smack, a lot of controversy.
Here we go.
Welcome to the jungle. I am all over this. I am all over that.
The last word, reinventing sports talk as you know it. Weeknights on Fox Sports Net.
Tonight at 10, it's the Midwest Sports Report.
Baby, I don't believe it!
It's the nightly newscast you've been waiting for.
This is the real deal.
30 minutes every night dedicated to scores, highlights, and interviews from your hometown teams.
We told you it was going to be good.
Your teams, your town, your show. The Midwest Sports Report, tonight at 10 on Fox Sports Net.
You're watching Fox Sports Net.
Oregon by 3, 11:55 remaining to be played here in the ball game. You know, tomorrow on ACC Sunday Night Hoops, we're going to Raleigh. Jason Williams and the number 2 ranked Duke Blue Devils taking on Anthony Grundy and the North Carolina State Wolfpack, a tough home team. Coverage begins at 8 Eastern, 5 Pacific, right here on Fox Sports Net, your exclusive home for Sunday night ACC basketball. It doesn't end here today. From Eugene, most of you will be going with us up to Corvallis. It'll be the Cal Bears and the Oregon State Beavers. Steve Fiziak, Marcus Johnson standing by to tell you all about that one. Casey Jacobson on the bench with 29 thus far, and he's still got a long way to go.
It'll be a cameo on the bench also.
You bet.
Get him a little bit of rest, maybe a minute or so, and get him back in the game. Had 22 of those 29 in the first half. Nice pass, beautifully done.
You always talk about that.
Interior passing. None better than Luke Jackson.
Well, you look at this Oregon team, and you can see that they are equipped to make a pretty good run this year. Barnes too hard off the window, out of bounds to Oregon.
Well, they do a great job, the Ducks, and I think the tough thing to do many times is to pass the ball on the interior and look at Jackson draw the defense and just find open players around the goal, and a good job by Brian Hellquist just to get available, get open, and finish it up.
Hellquist has really contributed today.
Yes, he
5
has.
of 6. He's got 10 points in the ball game, pulled down a couple of rebounds. Another one of those role players that Ernie Kent has put together, and really filling that role today.
This is a time if Oregon's going to extend the lead. You got to think you got Borchard out and Jacobson at the same time, so they're going to get it down low.
Good play by Teo Johnson to step in front of that pass.
I think Barnes is a guy now, Barry, with this lineup. He has to think, I've got to be a go-to player. I've got to look to score, run some plays, see if I can get open off a screen. But he's got to look to go ahead and look at the basket on this possession.
Barnes just 1 of 5 so far, so haven't taken bad shots, just haven't gone down for him today. Teo Johnson, just short, Lever with the rebound. The Ducks again will push it. Jackson steps inside, knocks it down. What a beauty.
He does as good a job as anybody I've seen of taking it to the defender and forcing the official to make a call or making that guy back off, and he is effective going to the basket.
Loddick for 3. It won't go. And Julius Barnes high to give the Cardinal a second chance. Hernandez penetrates, throws it up, missed, and the follow missed by Davis.
And they got numbers.
Jackson to Davis, they jump out on him. Jackson again.
Might be a timeout because Stanford's got dead in the water with Borchard and Jacobson on the bench. Nice run by the Ducks. They took advantage of it.
Back to a 9-point lead, equals the biggest lead of the ball game. And Jacobson and Borchard prepare to come back into the Stanford lineup about a minute too soon. And Loddick will leave and Davis will leave. They will stay with Hernandez at the point. Hernandez getting more and more minutes as this season goes on. Just a freshman. Christopherson comes back into the Oregon lineup. Hellquist leaves, and he'll draw a nice round of applause. I thought he really contributed.
Yes, he's played very well.
Jackson also will take a seat, leading scorer for the Ducks with 21.
Don't forget, Christopherson does have the 3 fouls.
Borchard from Jacobson, and Johnson hammers him. Nice look and very unselfish from Casey Jacobson.
Well, you talk about interior passing. I mean, you cannot do it any better than that. How about when you bring the ball to the high post, you make a nice pass to the high post. Now he is going to pass it inside, and he is going to circle to the open guy, and Borchard is going to take it strong to the goal and draw the foul. How about that interior play by the Cardinal?
Borchard takes the crowd out for just a moment. I promise it'll be back. Borchard gets them both, makes it a 7-point game. Here's Phil Knight, the Mr. Nike. And Chris Miller right beside him. Remember Chris? Great players here at Oregon and in the NFL. Davis, didn't quite get it. Hernandez finally controls for Stanford. They get it ahead to Barnes. Barnes all the way to the basket. And that looked pretty clean.
I think the shot block obviously clean, but he may have been bumped underneath going to the basket. Good move to use that cross. See, I think Lever gets him underneath. Not much. Barry doesn't agree with it, but I thought Jones definitely did get all ball.
Barnes at the line, and he can't get it.
It's been a tough afternoon for Julius Barnes.
Ridenour comes back into the Oregon lineup, and the Ducks actually gain points with Ridenour on the bench. 1 out of 2 for Barnes, 6-point lead, Oregon. Look at the Ducks move without the ball. You watch away from the ball here.
Well, they do a nice job of just passing, moving, screening.
And Lever, and Stanford's making it easy on Oregon right now.
Well, Lever likes the matchup. He could shoot it over Barnes. He gets him inside. Well executed again in the half court. Oregon's showing you they can run the floor, but they do a nice job in their half court offense.
There's Borchard working on Christopherson. Christopherson made a nice block. Boy, what a great effort defensively by Christopherson. 3-on-3. Ridenour all the way to the basket. A little short. Johnson the fall.
I think timeout Stanford.
A 10-point Oregon lead, the biggest of the ball game. Mike Montgomery agrees with you. Timeout. 8:31 remaining to be played. The backcourt crowd on its feet. The hometown team leads by 10.
The Pac-10 and Fox Sports Net present Pac-10 basketball tournaments. Shooting has already begun on these blockbuster productions. Premiere release dates will be March 2002, Women's Tournament in Eugene, Oregon.
Here's Pete Franzen in the lane for Utah.
Men's Tournament in Los Angeles, California.
To the basket.
Who will take center stage? These tournaments are rated E for excitement.
Clear it. Clear it, Dimitra. Great check. Take the shot. Go. Move in, McInnes. He shoots. He scores.
Tonight at 10, it's the Midwest Sports Report.
Baby, I don't believe it.
It's the nightly newscast you've been waiting for.
This is the real deal.
30 minutes every night dedicated to scores, highlights, and interviews from your hometown teams.
We told you it was going to be good.
Your teams, your town, your show. The Midwest Sports Report, tonight at 10 on Fox Sports Net.
Oregon by 10, its biggest lead with 8:31 remaining. Playing well on both ends.
Well, they sure are. And you look at Chris Christopherson, you don't have to block shots all the time. All you got to do is hold your hands up high and keep in good position. There he does again. He doesn't block it, just establishes position. Here's what the Ducks do well. Transition. How about Ridenour? Let's break everybody down, go behind the back, miss the shot, but then all of a sudden opportunistic Robert Johnson, the right place at the right time. But how do you like Luke Jackson? Jackson has really demonstrated this afternoon that he can do it all. He can take it into the defense, he can make shots on the perimeter, and he's just an excellent all-around player for the Oregon Ducks.
And right now, he's on the bench. He's not even in there, and the Ducks are getting it done. They have 4 players right now in double figures, and we still have 8:27 to play.
Yeah, hard to key on any one guy when you're playing Oregon because they have balanced scoring. Look at Freddie Jones trying to keep the ball out of Jacobson's hands.
Childress comes off the baseline, missed the shot, but Hernandez grabs it. Childress again for 3. That's short. And this time Johnson clears, and here come the Ducks, 2 on 3. Lever swatted away by Childress. Ridenour give it up to Jones, got a better shot. Still a good possession by Oregon. Turnover, 5th turnover of the ball game for Stanford. The Ducks, incidentally, 2 turnovers in the game.
I said that's taking care of the ball. What do you think?
Well, it's that guy we talked about, Ridenour.
Yeah,
He's
sure is.
got his hands on the ball more than anybody else.
Ridenour, Jackson, and Jones just dominated the game on the exterior. They've done a good job of just controlling and finding open plays.
Air ball put up by Lever, and Borchert gets it out of there. Still a 10-point lead. Time is not a factor. Borchert is open for 3 and makes them pay.
And Christopherson looked at Borchert like, are you kidding me?
What are you doing?
He kind of looked and rolled his eyes and looked up in the sky like, look at him. He's saying, well, what's going on here? He's going to make a 3 on me?
He's having a good time, and he's going, dang, Nabbit, should have jumped at him.
Not again. Oh, you watch Borchert trail the play, and you don't think he can make this shot, but yes, he can. I mean, he can shoot from the outside, and Chris Christopherson trying to do everything he can to contain Curtis Borchert, but it's been a tough challenge this afternoon.
Borchert coming off a very good game Thursday night at Oregon State, and picking up right where he left off. He's got 23 in this one. You know, it's the new show everybody's been talking about, the Best Damn Sports Show, period. The new nightly show that features a comedian who's a diehard sports fan and a bunch of ex-jocks who really know the game. Critics are calling it a collision of sports and comedy. And just what we've been waiting for. It's the Best Damn Sports Show, period. Weeknights at 7:30 and 11:30 right here on Fox Sports Net.
Now this is what you're talking about, Barry. They're in the half court, movement, screening. Let's get a good shot. And the Cardinal need a big stop right here.
Sure, Ernie Kent told him, use a little clock here. Christopherson easy at the window. Johnson follows, couldn't get it, and it's going to be out of bounds to Oregon. And we got a timeout. 6:34 remaining to be played. A 7-point lead for Oregon, but they'll have the ball when we come back.
Do you wonder where Britney Spears or NSYNC got their moves? Here's your chance to get the inside look at how it's done. With Darren's Dance Cruise, the new video that breaks down the moves and shows you how to do them step by step.
We step back on our right leg and then move forward. He is definitely the best choreographer of all time.
His unique street-style dance steps have been featured in music videos, award shows, and concerts seen around the world.
Dancing's all about having fun. Now you can get down with my new video. Ain't no lie.
Now these fresh moves are available for you to learn on Darren's Dance Cruise. Plus, Darren will show you his brand new pop and lock routine.
I break it down so you can learn the dances at your own speed.
when you're watching this choreography, you just want to get up and do it with them.
Darren's Dance Cruise is not sold in any store.
This is gonna be the hottest video you've ever seen.
To order, call the number on your screen or log on to MusicSpace.com. Must be 18 or older to call or log on.
Lincoln, part of the new Hertz Prestige collection. Lincoln, if it's your kind of car, Hertz is your kind of car rental company. The Hertz Prestige collection. Land Rover, part of the new Hertz Prestige collection. Land Rover, if it's your kind of car, Hertz is your kind of car rental company. The Hertz Prestige collection.
We welcome you back. It's a 7-point Oregon lead with 6:34 remaining here at the pit. One of the great places, I think, in America. It's always reminded me of a mini Boston Garden. Been around for a long time. You know what? They nicked all the students $15 a piece to build this place. How do you like that?
Yeah, look at this footage. Isn't it great? And of course, the Dick Harder years when they were so super. Ernie Kent played for Dick, had some big wins. And the first NCAA championship, 1939, belonged to the Oregon Tall Furs.
Tall Furs, that's
Tall
right.
Furs, and now they're the Oregon Ducks.
That's right. At that time, the NIT was probably the bigger tournament, however. Not to take anything away from an NCAA championship.
Gonna watch a 5-second count here. If you're Luke Ridenour, you got to give up the ball. You stop your dribble, which he did.
Now Jackson, and they obviously trying to use some clock here. Jackson's with a right hand, and it won't go, and Teo Johnson wrestles it away. You don't want to get in a wrestling match with Teo Johnson. Childress drops baseline, tried to jam it, couldn't, and ran into one of his own teammates.
Well, you really get a glimpse here of the athleticism of Josh Childress. Now, this young man is explosive, and Christopherson couldn't deal with him on the outside, and I think Josh was a little bit upset at himself for not finishing that play. He did get bumped, but he was high over the rim and had a good shot to get it down.
So Childress at the line for two. Freddie Jones comes back into the Oregon lineup, and Lever will leave.
Stanford's made a nice little run. They had Jacobson and Borchard out of the game, and Oregon extended to 69-60, but the Cardinals have been able to chip away of late.
Down to a 5-point game now with just under 6 minutes remaining. Here's Jackson again. That's been there all day. Jackson a little bit hard. Borchard the rebound. The Cardinal right back in it.
Yeah, Borchard with a ton of rebounds this afternoon. Great hands.
Get it ahead to Childress, though. As Childress puts it on the floor, might have traveled. Borchard again for three.
Yeah,
nope, they're going to say two.
Yeah, that was two. That's a good call. That definitely was inside the line, but he made another one. Okay, you win. I know you can shoot it out there.
Don't show me again. Christopherson down low, and probably had he had another chance at that, would have just kissed it off the window.
Now, Curtis Borchard knows that he's not being defended very hard when he's on the outside. So a nice save, and here's Borchard again. Now look, there's no space here. Guys are not coming out to him, so he's got a good opportunity to make that outside shot. Christopherson saying, yeah, I know you can make it, but I have a hard time defending you when you're far away from the goal.
Christopherson rattles that one in and out. This game just typical of the games that these two teams have played recently. Almost all have been close, at least up here. Down at Stanford, it's been a little bit of a different story.
I got to remember Stanford over the last few years. They are 42-6 on the road, Barry, since 1997, and did not lose a conference game on the road last year. Borchard is spectacular. He is scintillating. He's unbelievable. He's doing it all.
That's his second three of the ball game, and he almost single-handedly has gotten Stanford back in this thing. It's a one-point game. Christopherson fouled by Borchard from behind. It'll be the third foul on Borchard.
There are not many players in the country where Borchard can play behind and still not deflect the shot. See, Christopherson just cannot defend him out there And you give Mike Montgomery and the Cardinal credit. Let's go to the guy who's hot. Let's get him away from the goal. He's making shots. Why not when you have that mismatch?
Rolls it over the front rim.
What a nice release. When you look at Christopherson shooting it about 64% from the line, but he's a hard work. He's a good, young guys that want to improve. Just look at this guy right here. I mean, he has made himself into a player. And I wouldn't be surprised. He will play at the next level somewhere. He has a chance to play in the NBA.
I agree with you. And I think you have to give some credit to Ernie Kent and his staff, too. They had a coachable kid, and the coaches worked with him, and he's developed into a dominant, if not a dominant player, a very, very good player.
And they've got a guy who's redshirting by the name of Ian Crosswhite from Australia at 6'11". That's a tremendous player.
Johnson blocked that shot, and Ridnour takes it out of the air. Good job by Johnson to jump at Jacobson. Offense.
Now this is another one I thought they could have gone. It was, they felt that Ridnour may have used his left arm to push Joe Bikini. They're going to call it player control.
So a non-shooting foul.
So a non-shooting foul. It is a double bonus situation for the Cardinals.
Fortunate, and now Christopherson comes out on him, and they drop it down in the low post to Johnson. Great execution by Stanford. They come out to defend him, and they take it right down low.
I think Borchard wants to play guard. I don't think he wants to play center.
He has terrific hands.
Yeah, good passage.
Jackson again. That's been there for him all day long. Boy, what a game.
Yeah, just a superb game in the Pac-10 Conference.
It's Borchard all the way to the basket. Too hard. And it's going to be out of bounds to Oregon. We'll take a timeout. This game is right there for either team. 3:53 remaining. Oregon by 3.
Get ready to move. It's time to submit to the rhythm with Pulse. 2 CDs or 2 cassettes of non-stop throbbing energy.
Another night, another dream, but always you. I know what I want, and I want it now.
You can't get this 30-track collection in any store.
It's a beautiful life. Oh, oh. You know you're gonna be mine. Finally, it's happened to me right in front of my face. Baby, if you want me.
You can order this collection online at MusicSpace.com. Feel the pulse and get it now. To order, call the number on your screen or log on to MusicSpace.com.
Sure, the holidays are over, but it's not too late to open one of these. The compact Presario 1700T notebook. It's got hot swappable drives and the incredibly fast mobile Intel Pentium 3 Processor M for just $13.49. Plus, we'll give you a carrying case and an extra battery free. So give yourself one last holiday present to open before this deal closes. Call 1-888-271-1826 to get yours now.
Oregon leads it by 3. 3:53 remaining, and the Cardinal can thank Chris Borchard for getting themselves back in the game.
Borchard has responded from all areas of the floor. Just a nice shot inside. Look at him take the ball strong to the rack there. And of course, he has demonstrated that he is a magnificent outside shooter. So Jacobson in the first half, Borchard in the second half. You look at the numbers, 28 for Curtis Borchard, not to mention a bevy of rebounds and block shots.
Here's the AM/PM game summary. Both teams still shooting pretty much lights out. They were both at 44 at the half. Oregon with a lot more off the bench than Stanford. Jacobson with 28. Borchard also has 28, incidentally, and Jackson with 23 for Oregon. Very few turnovers, well-played games. Just terrific college basketball game.
And if you're Oregon, you might look at Jackson again. He's definitely been a go-to guy coming out of timeouts if they can find him.
You know, another thing that's interesting to me is Mike Montgomery has the freshman Hernandez out there in crunch time.
Trying to match up with Ridnour. Well, Ridnour is a guy that can take it in. He might go the other way. I think that goes the other way.
It does, and it's 4 on Christopherson.
Good job by Teo Johnson to hold position. And you mentioned something earlier. All Christopherson has to do here is turn around and shoot a little three-footer. But he lowered the shoulder, and an excellent call. Good job by Johnson to establish and pick up the foul.
Theo Johnson, of course, having played wide out on the Stanford football team, and has really only been with the basketball team full-time for a couple of weeks now. Was a contributor late in the season last year, but boy, what a football player. Just ask the Oregon Ducks. Jacobson comes off the screen, tried to take it to the basket. Bodies going everywhere. A lot of tough guys out there, I'll tell you.
Well, late in the game, the focal point of the offense is always to get it to your playmaker. Don't forget, Oregon's thinking that. They've got Jackson and Ridenour and Jones. But if you're the Cardinal, let's get Casey Jacobson and Curtis Borchardt a touch every time down. Boy, you know, the teams that win games make or equal the number of free throws their opponents attempt. Look at Oregon. They've made 344. Their opponents have only attempted 324. Stanford's almost on an even par at 232 made, 245 opponents attempt. So they dominate and get the ball inside. That's a real upset. Jacobson missed them too.
Missed them both. And it remains a three-point game. Casey very upset with himself. Freddie Jones puts it on the floor. And we're going to get a reach in.
Got to make those free throws late in the game. I mean, that's obvious. Think back to the Florida State big win against Duke, where Jason Williams 0 for 6 from the line.
Oh, we saw it the other night down in the pit in New Mexico, where Douglas had an opportunity to win the game for his team. 86% free throw shooter, clanged 2.
Gave Gonzaga an opportunity to win it, and you know Dan Dickow's not going to miss any late.
That's right. That is a good basketball team.
That's a terrific team.
Jones rattles it in, hit every side of the rim, but went to the bottom. One out of 2 for Freddie Jones. It's a 4-point lead coming down toward 3 minutes remaining. Jacobson driving on Jones, fall away off the window.
Well, he loves that shot. Remember the Pete Newell challenge?
Yes, I do.
Remember that was just like that. Remember the fadeaway against Duke to win it at the end with a couple of seconds left.
Casey's got 30 in the ball game. Hernandez actually, I was going to say, doing a pretty good job on Ridenour. Ridenour got rid of him, but missed that 3.
It's about all you could do is establish position, hope he misses an outside shot, but don't let him go by you. Good job by Hernandez.
Stanford now with a chance to tie or take the lead with 2:15 remaining.
Borchardt time.
Tried to go over Christopherson. Christopherson, a nice job, did what you were talking about before, held his verticality. Have you ever held your verticality?
I never had to. That was such a great jumper.
I remember.
Yes.
Gonna get a 30-second timeout with 1:57 remaining in the ball game.
Oh, you can't ask for anything more than this, Barry. I mean, you're down the last couple of minutes, 79-77 Oregon.
Been a tremendous game. A couple of tremendous games, I think, in football, both today and tomorrow, and television's most unique brand of football commentary will air tomorrow. The NFL this morning on Fox Sports Net. This season, football funny man Jay Moore and the rest of the NFL this morning crew will welcome Boomer Esiason to the show. What critics call the most unique, groundbreaking, off-the-wall 90 minutes of football news. NFL this morning, the pregame show that's not really a pregame show. Tomorrow at 10, 7 Pacific, right here on Fox Sports Net.
And don't forget, right after this game, Oregon State and California right here on Fox. So another terrific game for most of you in the Pac-10 Conference. California played Oregon very tough here on Thursday.
And Oregon State plays people tough at home. They kind of got blown away by Stanford, but other than Stanford, they've played very well in Corvallis.
Yeah, you look at the timeouts on the game reset, both clubs with timeouts, team fouls, Stanford with the 7 and Oregon with 10. So the Cardinal can get aggressive, but Oregon not the type of team that will miss many opportunity one-on-one free throws.
Inside of 2 minutes now. It's a 2-point ball game. Oregon with the ball and the lead. Jackson. Another one.
Yeah, we've seen that before. he is a kind of guy that can take the contact and still have the presence of mind to finish the shot.
Jackson with 25 and his team with a 4-point lead. Childress open for three, missed short. Jacobson underneath is hammered. Jacobson waited for the contact. Not a bad idea, because if you can wait for the contact and then force it in.
And the guy that kept it alive was Teo Johnson. Here again is Luke Jackson. He loves to jump in, get a little bit of contact, and finalize it. So a terrific game for Luke today, this afternoon.
So Jacobson, who missed his last 2 free throws, comes to the line with his team trailing by 4. The executive producer of Fox Sports Net is Bill Borson. Coordinating producers of Pac-10 basketball, Roy Hamilton and Gary Garcia. Look at the crowd here. Today's game produced by Dennis Kirkpatrick. Jacobson gets the first. Directed today by Michael Ireland. The director of remote operations, Debbie Kilmore.
Yeah, great job, everybody in the truck. We've got some outstanding replays, and it's just been an exceptional college basketball game. And I think if you're Stanford now, good position. No need to panic. Obviously, you need to stop. You don't want to look to foul, and just hope you can have a solid trip defensively down the court. And you know Oregon's going to look for Luke Jackson or Ridenour on this possession.
Well, a reminder again that coming up next, it'll be California and Oregon State up in Corvallis for most of you. But boy, this last minute and 28 seconds is going to tell the story of this game. We saw a game very similar to this back in 1996. Remember, we were sitting right on the other side of this court when Kenya Wilkins came down with a chance in a tie game to beat the Stanford Cardinal. That's Wilkins with the ball. Remember this? Bang! Game over. And who knows but that we may not have a repeat of that kind of thing here today. Saw Kenya Wilkins the other night.
Yeah, Kenya Wilkins, an assistant coach for Bobby Braswell at Cal State Northridge. So wants to be a coach, and yeah, it was good to see him.
So 1:25 remaining and a 2-point Oregon lead.
It's interesting, now they've got Childress on Jackson just to try to keep the ball away, and Jackson receives again. It's a big assignment for the freshman Childress.
It really is. 2 freshmen on the floor for Stanford. Jones will back it out. 12 seconds on the shot clock. Now 10. And they'll get Childress with a hand check. That's a good call.
And Josh Childress, you know, a little bit of inexperience shows there. The shot clock was winding down to 10. Now that's a time, you know, keep your hands in your pocket. Let's play good position. You don't want to foul and put an outstanding free throw shooter on the line. Still 1-1. So if you're the Cardinal, you got to be mentally alert here. Anticipate a miss, screen people out, be active defensively. I'll tell you how much confidence Ernie Kent has with Luke Jackson. Check here. There's no Oregon player. There's no Oregon player.
Right.
Look here. There's no guy on the free throw line. I mean, he's saying, I know he's not going to miss it. We don't have to rebound it.
Sure enough. Jackson at the free throw line today, 6 of 7. It's a 4-point lead, 1 minute remaining. And listen to the crowd. A kick by Ridenour. That'll give Stanford a new 35.
It might be an opportunity now for the Cardinal to get 2 shots for 1 if they can get a quick shot up. I think you look at Jacobson, good switch out of by Jackson.
But Jacobson lost the handle, and it'll be Oregon ball. Boy, was that huge.
I think a great defensive job by Oregon. Luke Jackson anticipated Jacobson coming off the screen, jumped out on him, and got a turnover.
And here again, remember Oregon, a terrific free throw shooting team. Jackson gets around Childress.
Got a foul right here. Well, they missed an opportunity, but Johnson had the ball.
Finally, they reach in on Ridenour.
It's been a long, dry spell for the Oregon Ducks against the Stanford Cardinal.
Haven't won in the last 10 outings. Ernie Kent has never beaten Stanford since he's been the head man here at Oregon.
Here again is that confidence free throw situation. They just only put one guy in the lane.
Today at the free throw line, Oregon 14 of 18. No player has missed more than one shot.
The incredible thing is how each team is really taking care of the ball. I mean, not many turnovers at all in this game.
Now, there's only been a total of 11 turnovers in the game. Here's what's coming up for the Oregon Ducks. They will play Willamette, and that's one of those mail-in games. But the last time they tried to mail one in, they lost to Portland. Then the 19th at Oregon State. They'll play up in the Northwest, up in the Northwest, Seattle and Pullman. And then UCLA here on Fox Sports Net.
So much for UCLA slumping.
Yeah.
They changed that today. Big win against #1 Kansas.
Stanford, on the other hand, down the road, is not going to have it very easy either. They've got some tough games upcoming. And of course, anytime you play on the road in the Big Ten Conference, it's a tough game. I don't care who you're playing or where you're playing. Rittenauer, just a net.
That's exactly what Rittenauer and Jackson do. Net. They don't bother hitting the rim. I mean, it's all net.
Both of them. 5 players in double figures now for Oregon. And a turnover. And a quick foul.
How do you like it, Oregon? Looks like they're going to pull it off.
2 turnovers in a row at a very crucial time by the Stanford Cardinals.
Well, Hernandez expected Jackson to go backdoor. Wasn't there, but the pressure by Oregon very effective. Coming up next, California and Oregon State just down the road in Corvallis. Marcus Johnson and Steve Fiziak will bring you that game. It should be a very good ball game for most of you listening to this one.
The Bears actually played very close here at Oregon, but for the Ducks, they're going to get away against 2 very good teams from the Bay Area with 2 home wins, and Christopherson putting the finishing touches on a very good afternoon.
Very balanced Pac-10 conference. Sports Illustrated may have got it right because they predicted this would be the #1 conference in the country. And I really feel that this conference, you've got 6 or 7 legitimate teams that can win the league.
I think that's absolutely right. I don't think, of course, that it will get noticed so much in the rankings because these teams just beat each other up. And that's not to say that the SEC or the Big 12 or the Big East is not a good conference. We're just saying top to bottom, this is a solid conference.
And I think you mentioned the others. I think there's no question. You look at the ACC, a tremendous conference, the Big 12, a big one, and certainly the SEC. Those are the 4 top leagues this year, along with the Pac-10. Got to back it out now. Big win for Oregon.
And Stanford will just let this clock tick down. Huge win for the Ducks.
Well, this place is alive and electric, and they are rewarding the fans. This is a terrific, well-balanced Oregon basketball team. Congratulations to the Ducks and Ernie Kent. Big win in the Pac-10. How do you like it, Oregon?
Well, they rushed the court, and a terrific win for the home team here. Down the stretch, they were absolutely sensational. I thought a well-played game, really, on both sides of the ball. Coming up next, the California Golden Bears and the Oregon State Beavers. For most of you, then on Thursday, January 17th, it'll be USC and Arizona Trojans playing tough all